Hello, everybody. Welcome to this live session, 4 p.m. on this Thursday afternoon. I'm so grateful to be here, so grateful to have you here listening. And today I'm going to give you a barn burner. I actually delivered this talk yesterday, but I got word that my audio was messed up, so I'm bringing it back and I'm giving it to you today. This was a two-part series. This is 10 things that you need to take care of before you actually start building that referral pipeline. Now, this was the first 5. We gave the second 5 at 7 p.m. last night. You can see the video down below. And today, I'm gonna give you what you missed in the first 5. And trust me, this is gonna be great. I'm not holding nothing back on this one. So, what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna save you from making a really, really, really expensive mistake. Now, these are mistakes that I made. Some of them, a lot of them. And they actually hurt the growth of my business, stunted the growth of my business for some time. These are things that you want to make sure, if you perfect these things and you nail these things down before you go out and you begin building your referral pipeline, you will build a premium, powerful agency, or at least be well on your way to doing so. Now, here's what I see all the time. Agency owner, maybe that's you. You decide that you need more referrals. Nothing wrong with that. But when you go and you start networking, you meet discharge planners, you connect with people on LinkedIn. You know how it is. They send you those awkward follow-up emails. Nobody knows how to write them, but we'll show you that in our group. Maybe you even get a meeting or two. And things feel like they're moving forward. You think like you're gonna get some business. You're like, yes, I'm well on my road. I had this meeting, we talked, they sound like they were into it, they smiled, eye contact, the whole 9. Then, nothing, crickets, or even worse. This is the one that really stinks. Some of them actually get a referral, finally. Someone sends them a family, finally. And then, they completely drop the ball. This is worse than not getting a referral, trust me. You need to be in a position to hit it out of the park when somebody actually gives you that first call, when somebody first sends you that first family, when you get that first trial, whatever the situation is, you want to make sure that you don't just meet expectations, you want to excel. So how do people drop the ball? Well, maybe they can't staff it. Maybe their intake process is a mess, and that's a big one with 2 big ones with new agencies. Maybe they quote a price that just doesn't make sense. Whatever it is, they blew it. And that relationship, the one that they worked on so hard, the one that it took so long to build, instantly burned. You think that person's ever referring them again? Now here's the thing. The problem isn't the networking. The problem is they weren't ready for referrals in the first place. Oh, we think we're ready for more business. We think we're ready to go. But I'm gonna show you today, and you'll find that some agencies that are right now getting referrals, some agencies that are looking to get referrals, you're gonna see just how far off the mark you are at this moment. But I'm not gonna show you the flaws and leave you hanging. I'm gonna show you how to fix them in the next 7 days. I want you to drop 7 days in the chat if you wanna be able to set your pipeline, set up your system so that you can build a referral pipeline that's gonna send you premium referrals, and you can build a premium agency charging well above the regular rate. So you're not racing to the bottom. If you want that, I want you to drop 7 days in the chat. So here's the foundation. Here's a foundation that nobody talks about. I want you to think about building a house. Think about that for a second. You can have the most beautiful blueprints. You can have the most beautiful architecture designed in the world. You can have the best architect that money can buy. But if you try to build a house on sand, if your foundation is all messed up, that house is coming down. And it's the same exact thing with your referral partners. You can learn all the networking tactics. You can memorize the perfect elevator pitch. You can have the slickest business cards in the world. But if your foundation isn't solid, those partnerships will fail. Nobody talks about this. Everyone's teaching you how to get referrals. Nobody's teaching you how to be ready for them. Nobody. Now, let me ask you something. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Have you ever gotten a referral that you couldn't take? Or, more importantly, one that you took and then you struggled with it. That's what I thought. Yeah, we've all been there. This is a judgment-free zone. We've all been there. I can't tell you how many times I did it starting out, desperate to get clients, desperate to be servicing somebody. How many times I did it early on in the early stages, not realizing, not understanding, not knowing. I didn't have a Professor Home Care that I could go and become a member of this group and be able to extract valuable, vital information. I had to learn a lot of things by trial and error. There were people who knew were gatekeeping. That's why I don't like gatekeepers. So we've been there, and that's exactly why we're doing this today. So what we're doing today, here's the deal. In the next 25 minutes or so, I'm going to be walking you through the 5 biggest mistakes agencies make that kill referral partnerships before they even start. And more importantly, way more importantly, I'm going to tell you exactly how to fix each one of these in the next 7 days. And guess what? I ain't giving you theory. I'm not telling you someday. I'm giving you a specific date. You can fix them in the next 7 days. Then you go back and you watch that video I gave last night where I covered the second part. There's a list of 10 things total. I'm giving you 5 now. The 5 you missed earlier because the sound wasn't working. Go back, watch the video from last night, get the other 5. That's 10 things you need to cover, you need to build. These are the things that your foundation, these are your foundation. That's what separates agencies that get consistent referrals from agencies that are always scrambling. These 10 things will position you as a powerhouse in your market. Trust me, if you don't believe me, I'm giving you the information for free. Go put it to the test. Matter of fact, you don't even have to go put it to the test. Test it against what you have in place right now, and then you tell me which one you think will get you the most business. Now, if you are serious about growing your agency, I want you to go grab something to take notes, or just have your laptop open, hit the record button, whatever works for you. Because we're gonna move pretty fast through this. And everything I'm about to tell you is stuff you can literally do this week. I'm not telling you there's something in the future. I'm not telling you to sign up for my mentorship program, and though I think you should. I'm not telling you to hire us for coaching and consulting. I'm not telling you none of that. Simple, I'm giving it away for free. Get a pen, get a piece of paper, record the session, and let's go. Can I have some water? Now, mistake number 1. I'm going to the board. You know what? I'm Professor Home Care tonight. I'm going to the board. Mistake number 1. I'm gonna write these down in red because these are code red things. Give me that. These are code red things. Right here. Mistake 1. Number 1, you don't know who you serve. Simple. Number 1, you don't have a clue who you serve. You don't know. And if you don't know who you serve, how do you expect these referral partners that you're going to know who to send you? Now, before you say, yes, I do, and then you come out with some generic response talking about, I know I serve seniors, I'm gonna tell you right now, that doesn't count. Everyone in the industry serves seniors. Everybody. The restaurant down the street, the hair salon, every home care agency on the map serves seniors. Without seniors, they'd be out of business. So serving seniors is a consensus category. Now, here's how I know you have this problem. You meet a discharge planner. They ask you a totally normal question. What kind of clients do you work best with? And you say, what do you say? I bet you I can nail this. Oh, we work with everyone. Post-hospital, dementia, companion care, really anything. We're very flexible. Let me take a sip. And when you spew that nonsense, you think, you're in your head, you're thinking you're being helpful. You're showing flexibility. You're saying yes. But what the discharge planner hears, you know what they hear? This agency doesn't specialize in anything. They're generic. And generic agencies don't get referrals. Specialized agencies do. Let me say that one more time. I want you to really hear this. Everybody, and this is a saying I tell everybody, someone who serves everybody serves no one. Now, more specific to home care, generic agencies don't get referrals, not from hospitals, not from rehab centers, not from people where the care matters. Specialized agencies get those referrals. Now, let me tell you why this kills your referrals. Let me tell you what happens in real life. A discharge planner gets a difficult case. Maybe it's a dementia patient who's sundowning, doing it hard at night, wandering at night. Or a stroke patient who needs really specific mobility support. Or someone who just lost their spouse and needs emotional support. And just as much as physical help. Who do they call? They don't call the generalist. They don't call some general agency that's out here competing on price, some budget place. They call the specialist. They call the agency that said, we specialize in dementia care. Our caregivers are all trained in it. Because when you specialize, you become the go-to option for that type of case. It's simple. When you're generic, you're nobody's first call. You're the backup plan. Sometimes, and when you don't have a relationship, you're the plan for the backup plan. Now, here's how to fix this in the next 7 days. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick one of 3 ways to position yourself. Just one. Don't overthink it. Option 1. Hold on. Let Professor Home Care go into the board for you. I really want you to get this, because when you get this and you nail this right, and you couple this with the other methods and tactics that we're teaching you, with the system that we gave you to be able to build that referral pipeline, what you're gonna do is, if you follow that formula, and there's a video that I gave a few nights ago about how you build this referral pipeline, what you should be doing right now so you'll be able to hit the ground running in 2026. If you follow these things, when you will realize that soon after the turn of the year, and if you're consistent with it, soon after the turn of the year, you're gonna start seeing some serious growth in your business. Your phone is gonna start ringing. I know, I'm not giving you fluff here. I'm giving you tried and tested material. And if you apply this in your business, if you take everything that I'm telling you, you take it serious and you go out and do it, you are gonna see not a little bit of growth. You're gonna see exponential growth in your business over 2026. But you have to apply the formula. I'm leading you to the water, I can't make you drink it. If you wanna build, if you wanna grow your business, put this right, especially what I'm teaching you now. Especially what I taught you last night and today, what I taught you about. You do these things before you go build that pipeline, then you go watch the formula I gave you to build the pipeline, and you will get business. Now, if you don't put all the other systems in place, you're probably gonna burn that bridge, but you will open up doors. And I'm gonna show you how to nurture and build and construct your business so that it's standing on a solid foundation and not on quicksand. So, number 1, I want you to pick a specialty. Pick something. Number 1, right? No more generic, no more general stuff. No more you serve everybody. No more we serve seniors. When they ask you who do you serve, you're gonna have something solid to tell them. You're gonna tell them in a way, you're gonna explain what you do in a way that they're gonna know that you're somebody who they should refer to when they get these types of cases. So option 1, pick a condition and specialize in that specific condition. So pick a condition. This is option 1. Pick a condition. Now, when you pick a condition, what does that do for you? I know a lot of people, especially when you come in with that mindset, you think that if I put this down and I say I only work with this condition, it's gonna cut down on my referrals. No, it won't. It's actually gonna bring in more referrals. And you don't understand that until you actually put it to the test and start doing it. Also, it's gonna help you with your marketing. You're gonna now be able to be targeted and specific in your marketing strategies. If your condition is dementia, and you're specializing that, you're picking that as your condition, then there's no need for you to be able to go into the orthopedic looking for business. Then that I'm here and I'm specializing in dementia, I'm gonna go to the memory care facilities. I'm gonna go into the doctors who deal with Alzheimer's and dementia. I'm gonna go to all these different places, and these are the places I'm gonna go and look for my specific client. And I'm gonna go there and I'm telling them that also I specialize in this type of care. All my caregivers are trained in dementia, but you gotta make sure they are. You have to have a specific information that actually says that you provide this and you're able to provide it better than most other agencies in your area. But picking that condition now tells you where you need to spend your time learning. Having that condition tells you where you need to spend your time training. Having a specialized condition tells you where you need to identify. Don't just go pick a condition and say, hey, I specialize in this. No, actually go and learn it. Actually go know it. Actually train and be the go-to person for that. Be the voice for that. Be the authority on that. And when you do, it's going to transform your business. It's going to transform your life. I guarantee it. I promise you. If you do these things the right way, you follow these steps, your business will never be the same again. You'll never struggle for referrals. You'll be turning away referrals. Most of you don't know anything about that, but it happens when you really grow and you're really positioned in the right way in the industry. So when you pick the conditions, some of the examples are that we specialize in dementia and Alzheimer's care. All our caregivers are dementia certified. Or you might say we specialize in post-stroke recovery. We work with PT and OT support mobility goals. We specialize in end-of-life care. We support hospice patients and their families. Now, let me write it on the board. So, first option is to pick a condition. The second option, pick a transition you specialize in. Professor Home Care, I should put it on Do Not Disturb, please. So you specialize in a specific transition point, right? So here's one. So specialize in a specific transition point. Now, what do you mean, Professor Home Care? What does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. We specialize in hospital to home transition. We focus on those critical first 30 days. We help seniors transition from assisted living back to home. We set up the home and provide support. Now, let me just take a second on this. Most every home care agency in existence wants to open up a referral relationship with a hospital. Why? Because at the hospital, these discharge planners they're discharging 50 maybe to 100 patients a month, right? Now, when they discharge them, a lot of these patients, the patients that they have, need services at home. Now, if you figure if the hospital's discharging 100 patients a month, and just 20% of those patients need home care, that's 20 patients that they're referring out every month. 20. If you count that over the course of 12 months, that's 240 referrals that they sent out. Now, I don't know the agency, not one, that can handle 240 discharges in a year. Now, if out of that 20, you get 5 from the hospital, 5, at the end of the year, that hospital will have referred you 60 families. Most people who are on here that listen to this live have never carried 60 people on their census at one time, ever. Furthermore, it doesn't take you 60 people on your census for you to hit $1 million in top line revenue. When you are positioned right, you will have hit that number long before you get to 60. And we're talking about a hospital. The hospital is only one referral source. You're going to open up several. But when you go back and you tell them, and you're with the discharge planner, and you're saying now, what? Number 2, we specialize in you specialize in a specific transition point. That transition point is from, we specialize in bringing people home from bringing people from the hospital back to home. We focus on that first 30 days that are critical. You think the hospital's not going to refer you? This is your specialty. This is your strength. You can demonstrate this is your strength. Of course they're going to refer you. You know why? Because they want to prevent rehospitalization after discharge. And if you can demonstrate that you can deliver on what you're saying, your phone is going to ring. And your phone will ring off. Option 3. Let me take this off the board. Because we're at option 3. I really want all of you to get this. I really do. I want every home care agency to get this. Because at the very least, right? At the very least, if every home care got this, if every home care agency put this to practice, we would see the level of care that the seniors that I love to serve is highly elevated. that they're safe, they're secure, and they're aging with dignity, they're aging with respect. I would love that. As long as every one of them is able to do it. And if any agency that picks this up is going to be able to deliver on it. So I want you to, option 3 is when you pick a service level and you position on quality or delivery. Now, option 3, you focus on a service level. You pick a service level. Pick a service level. And focus on quality or delivery. So here, we're a premium agency. We're not the cheapest, but our caregivers stay for years, and families notice the difference. We're a rapid response agency. We can have someone in place within 24 hours for urgent situations. Hear that? That's positioning. That sets you apart. When you focus on that type of service level, and we're talking about the hospital here, we're talking about the place that can send you the most referrals, change the trajectory of your business forever. You get in here and then you nurture that relationship for the life of your business. You'll never want a referral again. When you pick that service level and you tell them, you know what, we are not the cheapest agency, they don't care anything about that. They care that you can deliver on the quality. And you tell them, here, we can get somebody out of the hospital the same day for those urgent situations. And you able to deliver on that. I know your phone will ring. I can't tell you the countless times my phone has rung. My initial referral from a hospital was them calling me on a Saturday night because they had someone that had to be discharged. We got them out, got them home, and set up within hours. Why? Because we were waiting for that opportunity with the hospital. We didn't say we just gonna go there. No, we wanted to wow them with our service when we got it. Now, I don't even have to call the hospital calls us when they need us. And I'll tell you something else. My hospitals are not my priority one referral source. Anything I get from the hospital is bonus. I have a group that we work with that sends us our referrals and keeps us more than busy. We'll talk about that another time. Now, I want to issue you some homework. And I want you to take care of this, have this done by Monday. I'm giving you extra time. I know it's the holiday season. You want to be out shopping. Have this done by Monday. It's simple. Complete this sentence. And I want you to complete it in 10 words or less. I'm gonna write it on a board. I'm gonna write it on a board because I want you to get this. You need this in your life. You need this in your business, especially all the people coming out the gate. This is so important to you. That sentence is this. We specialize in blank. Write it down, test it out loud, make it natural. This should flow off your tongue like your name. We specialize in blank. Make it natural, make it your own. This is gonna set you apart. Once you have your positioning locked, everything gets easier. Every conversation, every introduction, every referral partner knows exactly when to call you. See how that works? How can somebody refer you when they don't know what you do? How can they refer you when they don't know who to send you? Simple. We specialize in blank. 10 words, get it down. You know your name. What I'm giving you right now, the information I'm giving you, is a multi-million-dollar check. I'm handing it to you. But there's an obstacle course between you and the bank. So you have to go through those obstacles before you can get to the bank to cash that check. This is $1 million check in your hand, multi-million-dollar check in your hand. Don't leave the money on the table for somebody else because you don't want to do the work. Do the work. You got the formula. I'm giving you the formula. All you got to do is go do the work. It doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get any simpler than this. Mistake number 2, your pricing is too low. Your price is too low. That's mistake number 2. And this one is uncomfortable, but we have to talk about it. Your pricing is too low. Now here's why this kills referrals. What do you mean, Professor Home Care? How can me having a low price kill referrals? Wouldn't they want to refer me more? Wrong. They wouldn't. And I'm going to tell you why. You can't afford to deliver a premium service when you're competing on price, which means you can't keep the promises you make to your referral partners. Let me show you exactly what I mean. We're going to walk through the math. Let's say you charge $28 an hour. 28. Pretty common, right? Sounds like you're going to make some money because you're only paying your caregiver $17. Now, $7.28 for 17, that leaves me $11 an hour, right? Wrong. What about payroll taxes? And you know them taxes are brutal. So you're netting maybe nine an hour? Out of that 9, you got to cover your overhead, admin time, your scheduling, your training, background checks, don't forget them. What about insurance? All of it. So what happens when a family calls you at 6 p.m.? Because emergencies always happen at 6 p.m. and the caregiver just called out sick. They need someone there by 7. You can't afford to scramble. You can't afford backup caregivers sitting around waiting on calls. You can't afford to pay overtime. So you tell them, one or two things happens. You either go in yourself, which is another problem, or you tell them, I'm sorry, we can't help you tonight. This hurts. And the discharge planner who referred that family to you, they just learned they can't trust you in a crisis. They're not referring you again. They're not. Look, here's what premium agencies in my state are doing. Here's what they're charging right now, between $32 and $38 an hour for personal care. Live-in care is $350 and up. If you're charging less than $32 an hour, you're positioning yourself as a budget agency. And budget agencies don't get quality referrals from professional partners. They just don't. Now, here's your 7-day pricing fix. Here's what I want you to do this week. Tomorrow, you're gonna sit down and actually calculate your costs. And I mean really calculate them. Write it all down. Caregiver wage, payroll taxes, add 12 to 15% for that, your workers' comp, your admin time, your background checks, your training, your supplies, everything. Then, and this is important, you add 30%. And that's your minimum margin. You need to be making a 30% margin on what you're doing. You can't afford to run a quality agency without making a profit. The math doesn't work. Now here's a quick example. If your cost is $22 an hour, your rate needs to be at least $28.60 for premium positioning, which is what you want if you're building a referral partnership. Charge $32 to $35 an hour. That's what gives you the cushion to be able to deliver great service. So this week, tomorrow, you're writing down your new rate sheet. You're gonna start implementing it on Monday for all new clients. Your existing clients, send them a 30-day notice and let them know you'll be raising their rates slightly. And here's the truth. Nobody wants to say this out loud, but referral partners don't refer the cheapest agency. They just don't. They refer the most reliable agency. And reliability requires profitability. Let me say that again. You're dropping it right now. Reliability requires profitability. You know why? It costs for you to be reliable. You have to have flexibility with your pay. You have to have funds in order to be able to pay premium caregivers premium rates. You have to be able to afford incentives so when that discharge planner calls you at the end of her shift, desperate to go home, and she's sending you a referral, she needs to get this person service, she needs to get the service set up, you can rise to the occasion. You can become his go-to. This is what we're building, something there that's different, that's stronger. Let me go on to mistake number 3. This is a big one. I see this in groups all across the country. See agency owners dealing with this all the time. And I understand. Mistake number 3. This is the kiss of death to the board. I'm gonna write this on the board and you're gonna see it while it's going. Big, I'm writing it big. You don't have enough caregivers. You don't. Let me paint you a picture. A hospice social worker sends you a referral. Great family, and they really need help. She says, I need the service to start on Monday. Of course you say yes. You need this client. You need the money. So you take the case and you spend the entire weekend scrambling, calling every caregiver you know, posting on Facebook, testing people, desperate. And Monday morning comes and you still don't have anyone. Then you have to make that terrible phone call to the family. We need a few more days to find the right match. The family hangs up from you and calls directly to the social worker. Hey, they can't help us. And that social worker never refers you again. Now, the magic number is 10. So let me ask you something. How many active caregivers do you have right now? And I mean active, not people on your list who might work someday, actually active. If the answer is less than 10, you're not ready for a referral pipeline. I'm gonna tell you you're not ready for a pipeline at 10, but at least you can service one client, 2 clients if they send them to you. While you rev up your recruiting process with the systems that I'm gonna show you, and then you start bringing in clients. No, you start bringing in caregivers to service the clients that are gonna start coming your way. And you have to be recruiting and building that pipeline at the same time, because what's gonna happen is, as you continue to go along, that pipeline is gonna rev up and it's gonna start producing more and more referrals. And when those referrals get produced, you have to be able to service them. You need options when those referrals come in. You can't tell a brand new referral partner that you can't service a case when they're sending you the case for the first time. When you have enough caregivers, you can actually match personality, availability, and skill level. When someone calls out, you have backup. When a client wants to increase hours, you have the capacity. When you count on 2 or 3 caregivers, you're in pure survival mode. You know what? You're at their mercy. And I'm gonna tell you right now, their mercy is not a good end to be on. You're sitting there crossing your fingers every day, but you can actually build something. You can. So if you don't have 10 good ones, here's what you're doing. You're pausing everything else. Everything else. Your only job this week is recruiting. That's it. So tomorrow, you're gonna go and post on Indeed, care.com, post in every local Facebook group you can find. Monday, you're gonna call every single past applicant who said not right now. Sometimes things change. Call them. Monday, you're gonna ask your current caregivers who else they know. Offer a referral bonus if you need to. You're gonna visit nursing assistant programs. Visit CNA classes. Show up in person. Don't call, show up in person. Tuesday, you're gonna partner with churches. Get your hiring flyer in their bulletins. And the rest of the week, you're gonna interview everyone who applied. And don't wait, move fast, because this is serious. Your goal is to hire as many quality caregivers as you can before Christmas. Then you can start building referral partnerships in January, knowing you can actually deliver. Mistake number 4. Ooh, this is a big one here. This is so popular right here. I run across this in just about every agency that we start to work with. Every one of them just about. And this one deals with, right here. This one deals with your intake process. Your intake process is completely unprofessional. Intake, let me just put here, number 4. Intake stinks. I'm being nice when I say it. Your intake process stinks. It's unprofessional. How can you expect agencies that are built on professionalism, trust, hospitals, rehab centers, all these places, how can you expect them to refer you, and your intake process probably makes you look like an amateur? And referral partners, they notice this. Let me describe what this looks like to you. The discharge planner refers you a family. The family calls, you don't answer. It goes to voicemail. And your voicemail box is full. What kind of nonsense are you, hold on. Forget about it just being full. How many people I've called and their voicemail is that default robot voice that says the subscriber hasn't set up their voicemail yet? Or maybe you do answer, but you're clearly in the car, or you're at a restaurant, you got a band playing in the background. You're at another client's house. You're dealing with a crisis. And they can tell that you're distracted. You don't ask qualifying questions. You just say, hey, yeah, we can help, without really understanding what they need. You don't follow up in writing. You don't send an email confirmation. No service agreement sent over. Nothing. They hang up. They, what? Wait, what just happened? What do I do now? The family hangs up thinking this doesn't feel professional. And guess what? You know what happens? Who you think their next call is to? They call the discharge planner back, and they tell the discharge planner about their experience. And you know what? What happens with that discharge planner? That discharge planner stops referring. Now, what does a professional intake actually look like? A professional intake has 4 parts. Just 4, no more. And you can build the entire system in 1 weekend. 1. Let me walk you through it. Part 1, answer the phone like a professional. Every call should be answered the same way. Thank you for calling Touch of Love Home Care. My name is Sean. How can I help you today? That's it. Simple, professional, consistent. If you miss a call, you call back within 15 minutes, not an hour, not tomorrow, 15 minutes. Part 2, have a script. We use an 8-question script. Don't wing this conversation. Have these 8 questions written down in front of you. What type of care does your loved one need? How many hours per week are you looking for? What schedule works best for you and your family? When do you need the care to start? What's your budget per hour? Don't skip this. Qualify early. Is this private pay or through insurance or Medicaid? Who referred you to us? Now, this is gold. You need to track this. You have to track this. What questions do you have for me? Gold. Part 3, don't start service over the phone, ever. Instead, say this: great, I'd like to schedule a time to meet with you and your loved one in person. I have availability tomorrow at 2 p.m. or Thursday at 10 a.m. Which works better for you? Give them 2 options. Not when are you free, 2 specific times. That's it. Part 4, send a follow-up email. Within 1 hour of that call, not tomorrow, within an hour, you send this email. Here it goes. Subject line, confirming your consultation. Dear so-and-so, thank you for contacting A Touch of Love Home Care. I'm confirming our consultation for tomorrow, whatever the date is, at 10 a.m. at whatever their address is. Before we meet, please have ready a list of their current medications, any mobility equipment, questions about our services. Simple. If you need to reschedule, please call me at and give your phone number. Looking forward to this meeting. Thank you. My name. So here's your action. Write your 8-question script. Write your email template by Friday. Test it on your next 3 inquiries. Adjust whatever doesn't feel natural. Now, we getting down to the crux of the matter. Here we go. Last mistake. But this might be the most frustrating one because it's so easy to fix. You don't track your referrals. And what doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. You know that phrase? We all know it, but we don't do it. I'll ask agency owners, how many referrals did you get last month? And they're like, I think maybe 4, or was it 5? Maybe 6. I'm honestly not sure. Then ask, who sent them? And they say, I think one came from that hospice nurse. I forget her name. And maybe one from a past client, or was that the month before? What? Huh? You can't build a referral pipeline if you don't know where your referrals are coming from. You just can't. Here's what you need to track. It's just 5 things. Every single inquiry. Data inquiry, client name, the referral source, and I mean the specific person's name, not just a hospital status. Did you schedule a consultation? Start service? Are they still thinking? Did they decline? Next follow-up date. When are you reaching out again? That's it. 5 columns in a Google sheet. You don't need a fancy CRM software, though I do recommend having one. You don't need an app. You need a spreadsheet. Now here's why this changes everything. Here's what happens when you actually track this stuff. You look at your sheet after 30 days and you see, holy crap, 3 of my 5 referrals came from Jennifer at Regional Hospital. I need to send her a thank you note. Or you see, I met with 4 new discharge planners this month and none of them referred me yet. I need to follow up. Or you see, I got 6 inquiries last week, but only closed 2. What happened with those other 4? Did I follow up? Did I drop the ball? That's the power of tracking. You stop guessing. You start managing it like a real business. Now here's an action. Create your tracking spreadsheet today. Right after the session, 5 columns. Date, client name, referral source, status, next follow-up. Start using it immediately. This is good stuff. If you can do these things, your business will grow. I guarantee it. All right. So we just covered a lot in the last 25 minutes or so. Let me recap what we talked about. The 5 foundation mistakes that kill referral partnerships. You don't know who you serve. Positioning problem. Your pricing is too low. That's a profitability problem. You don't have enough caregivers. That's a capacity problem. Your intake is unprofessional. That's a first impression problem. You don't track referrals. That's an accountability problem. And I gave you the fixes for every single one. And each one is doable this week. Simple fixes. Not someday, this week. Here's your week. Tomorrow, you write down your positioning statement. Calculate your true cost. Create your tracking spreadsheet. Over the weekend, I'll give you the weekend. It's Christmas time, I'm gonna give you the weekend. Monday, you set your new pricing. Write your 8-question phone script. Draft your follow-up email template. That's what you do. This weekend, this is important. This you need to work on this weekend. Launch your caregiver recruiting blitz if you don't have enough caregivers. Test your intake script on your next inquiry. Next week, implement new pricing for all new clients. Review your tracking sheet. Who needs a follow-up? Now, I already gave you part 2. You got that last night at 7 p.m. Go back through the video and watch it. Because these 2 things go hand in hand. And when you put these 2 things to work together in your business, there will be no stopping you. In closing, I am offering to all of our current group members an opportunity to schedule a free 20-minute phone consultation with us. No charge, completely free. Not gonna cost you a dime. Bring your toughest questions, bring your problems. We will work you through them. I have the link up in the group. I'm gonna refresh it and bring it back to the top so that you can book your own consultation. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. As you can see, we give the information. We don't gatekeep. It's absolutely free. I want you to have a great night. I'll see you tonight at 7. Make sure you do your homework. Bye for now.